Okay, so if you've been around since Friday, you know. Union Los Angeles Jordan collaboration on the Air Jordan 2 in 2 different colorways, and the drop didn't go so well. I covered the fallout from the release itself, but I think it's only fair to also cover the good, and Union has come through with the response. They've communicated clearly on Twitter, and let's go over that.
I surround my soul with the positivity. That's why I don't worry about the things that I don't see. Yeah. These days I don't worry about much. I think we should have some more fun. I still dream about the days when we were young. I'll take a hit and still.
What's going on, everybody? It's your girl TJ back. Another video on Talks with TJ. I'll keep this one short to kind of wrap up the entire Union saga, or at least what we know for this release. You know, if it happens again, that's unfortunate, but also it kind of will be the whole fool me twice thing, or maybe 3 times. I don't know. It just really depends on how many times you've gone through Union for a release. Now, again, I said this in a previous video. To be fair, I don't think they have some extensive IT team. They very well could have outsourced certain parts of the drop itself or operations. And if a ball gets dropped, you as the actual brand, you're going to take the blowback. That's just what it is. But in terms of them responding, they did that finally on Twitter. Now, again, I'm not someone that was affected by either first drop, second drop, money being held, pending turn to post-it charges, because I made the decision to pass on the release, even with everything that kind of went on with the New Balance drop earlier that morning for Friday. But when it comes to this drop, you guys have gone through a lot, all right? But before we get to that, can we talk about the NBA playoffs? Because, whew, it's a whole lot, okay? Hopefully you're not the Denver Nuggets. I'm just saying, one of my really good friends is. Things are not going well for him right now. Now, as a Warriors fan, this is the position I had faith we'd be in if everyone could actually be healthy. Draymond's healthy. Steph is coming back from the foot injury, but let's just go ahead and call it healthy. You have Clay back, and we have Jordan Poole, who has fully come into his own. It's amazing to see, and I get it. We have Poole starting. We're trying to manage Steph's minutes. He's coming off the bench. Let's be realistic here, though. Let's use some logic. The greatest shooter of all time is not going to continue to come off the bench. It's just not going to happen. So for people that are suggesting that, please stop, especially if you're a Warriors fan. Just stop, like on all fronts. And I'm not even here to argue the lineup, because whatever you think will work, neither one of us is actually coaching the team. Let's just put it that way. But if it were me, listen, don't have him come off the bench. Clearly, no. I'm actually good with the whole brand new 3G lineup to start. Now, the reality is you can still manage his minutes with him coming back from this injury while he's starting. No one is telling you if you start Steph Curry, you have to play him for 30 minutes no matter what. That's not what anyone is saying. So let's just remember these two things can exist together, and it works. So I would love to just go ahead and start them out. If we need to play small up front, I would rather test it this next upcoming game to see how it goes, since we have 2 games up on Denver, play around with the lineups. But no matter what, I would love to have Clay, Steph, Poole, have Draymond in there, of course, as the general on defense, and then we can bring in. Listen, we can figure out what we want to do. Looney, Wiggins, I'm cool with rotating in that 4th spot, but when it comes to Steph coming off the bench, that's just not going to be a realistic thing, and I don't think Poole should come off the bench. I'm cool with him not doing it. And for people saying, well, who's gonna run the second unit in terms of scoring? Why can't you start all of them, stagger the time they take breaks, and then slowly funnel them back onto the floor at the exact same time? You can do that. We're trying to make this more complicated than it is, and it's not. Also, none of you are asking the question of who's going to go ahead and run the second unit in terms of scoring when all 3 of them were on the floor at the exact same time in the 3rd and 4th quarter. Nobody asked that question. So let's just move past that. For everybody else, listen, I really hope Ja Morant and the Grizzlies can even this up 1-1. And I'm really shocked that, the Mavs are doing what they're doing. They don't have Luka, so I'm sorry. It's just, I guess the Jazz are proving they are what they are. And I'm loving seeing Duncan. Okay, I'm just a Michigan fan. You guys already know this. So I love seeing Duncan do well. The Heat are doing well. Please stop doubting the Bucks. Okay, they are a force to be reckoned with. And you guys know Booker's staying over here. So really excited to see if I'm going to be in that very difficult position of the Warriors and the Suns going at it. I feel like that could happen. And, at that point, I'm going to be a torn person Only because I'm going to feel bad having to root for Booker not to win it all in the end, because it's always Warriors, okay? So let's move past the NBA. We'll go back to Union. So today, Union went ahead and they put out communication on Twitter. So they said, thank you for your patience. If you received an order confirmation email, then your order is currently being processed. If you haven't received an order confirmation and have multiple charges posted pending on your account, they will be refunded very soon. We will have an update with a more accurate refund time frame within the next couple of days. We deeply apologize for the inconvenience. And then they tell you to go ahead and contact them, if you have any further questions. So I'm going to go ahead and like this, because you know what? That's what was desired. Have clear, transparent communication, have a swift resolution, and let people know if you received a confirmation email, hey, you should expect to go ahead and receive a pair. If not, but you still had these charges on, they'll be refunded and those charges will be reversed and drop off expeditiously. That's all consumers deserved. I'm pretty sure that's what they wanted. There is a risk for some people, and I know that you guys have posted about it either here on Twitter or on Instagram that, well, I have multiple charges, but I had an email confirmation, so I don't want to call my bank to have those reversed. In the event they accidentally reverse the one that my actual purchase went through on, that is a risk you're taking. So it's really up to you as an individual. But from what they're saying, listen, they literally just said, if you received an order confirmation email, your order is currently being processed. So if you at least received one confirmed email, then you secured your pair. That's what you really wanted. So I'm happy for you guys. And listen, again, I didn't have a dog in this fight. I was just kind of speaking on the situation at hand. I am glad Union got this cleared up before Wednesday. That was my hope that they would do, within 3 business days. So got it cleared up. I'm sure they're still working through the actual refund process, but I hope everyone's funds will be returned to them extremely fast. And if you're able to get your pair, listen, rock them, enjoy them, or do whatever. If you intend to flip them, I'm sure a lot of you will. Go ahead, flip them, get something back for the struggle you went through for this drop. All right, I appreciate you guys so much. Hopefully you're enjoying more NBA basketball as the playoffs continue. As always, act your age, not your shoe size. Peace.